like, meet me on the west side. We be coolin' poolside. Tell all your friends like we be going all night like. Oh, 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 oh. Like, meet me on the west side. When it comes my time, we be going all night till we see the sun.
Wake up and smoke, my lady, my low. Fuck with them niggas, see major results. Made a prediction first day that we spoke. Mostly talked about my vision and this plan to get more. Look, honest approach, my cons and my pros. Far from perfect. What defines me is the forks in the road. Proud what I chose. I was digging down in your soul. Say you love me when I make you explode. I got goals and one is commitment. Always authentic, ready, consistent. Wonder is a tunnel vision of some other women. I just left my other business on some other business. Come on, you know how I'm living, ain't just one dimension. It's gonna be a day when you regret these dumb decisions. It's gonna be a day when you ain't got no one to visit. I'm out here on a mission, trying to flip a ticket. That's how I talk till you trying to kick it, then I'm like,
we be coolin' poolside. Tell all your friends like we be going all night like.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Take the Rari for a joyride. Tell I love your free slide. Hope you with the low tide. We gon' have a good night. I can take you worldwide. What you talking about? We gon' ball out, fall out, fall out. We gon' bring them all out. All these bad bitches right around this glass house. Real nigga with it, my dogs out. Come a little closer. Move your body slow. I should bend you over. Fuck you on the sofa. Get it in, I'm just waiting for the night to begin. Pull up in that Benz, you and all of your friends. Down on the head, drink it till the end. I'm going in for the kill, I'm going in for the win. On the west side, we be coolin' poolside. Tell all your friends like we be going all night like. Oh, 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 oh. Meet me on the west side. When it comes my time, we be going all night till we see the sun.
Yeah, yeah.
Shalom, shalom. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Hopefully you can hear me. It's been a while, man. I didn't even know how to work the StreamYard. It was kind of tough to get it started, but like I said, man, Baraka, blessings to everybody. Shalom to anybody that happens to catch the replay, man. And I really hope everybody day is going well, their night, as you getting tucked in for sleep or you going out to have some fun, clubbing, whatever. Just be safe, man. And I think people don't hear that enough. You know what I mean? Some people just need to get those blessings, man. What's going on? YouTube Screech, what's going on with you? Appreciate you. DD, appreciate you. My bro, Professor 7, man. That brother right there, man. He be putting some dope stuff out, man. Check him out. Now, I may have not been fully engaged on YouTube for what, I don't know, a month, I guess. Got on it a few times, my community wall, whatnot. But, it just amazes me, man, that some people, I think they just have arrested development, and they brain just, it don't kick like a normal person. Like the cells in that motherfucker, all the shit that's supposed to be firing off in that shit, it don't be firing. I don't think it registers with a lot of people on here, man, because for some reason I can't figure out why my name's still in people's mouths. I don't know these clowns. I don't know none of these motherfuckers, but my name always in somebody's mouth. You're not even on this shit, and people still stuck on the same bullshit, same beef, drawn out drama, and it's like you're not going anywhere with it if you're not gonna. And I don't condone violence, but if you're not gonna do anything, what's the point? I mean, it makes no sense. What's going on, sis? That's my sis right there. Oh, you ain't got your stick, huh? Must got a new channel. Um, it's crazy, man, because like I think people don't get like the line between entertainment and personal shit, right? Going way over and beyond and shit. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be a point where you have to dox people or okay, okay, yeah, I'm gonna make sure to mod you up after this shit. I don't know why you have your mod stick. That's weird. But peace to everybody, man. My sis up in here, Queen Onyx, man. Always got love for you. That's my big sis right there, man. Cat, what's up with my big bro, man? We had a real decent conversation, man. I forgot to give you a ring back, my brother. I hope you forgive me with that one, knock, man. You know, but I've been busy, man. Like I haven't really been on YouTube like that, you know. If you haven't really seen me, you know, frequently posting on the community wall, that means I'm probably not on YouTube. If it shows that, you know, I know the icons show you on YouTube, I'm usually listening to music. And I've been listening to a lot of music. Like I've been listening to a lot of different shit, a lot of old school, all kinds of different shit, right? Just to broaden my horizons, a lot of audio books, but it never fails, man. Like my name it just like lives in people's heads for some reason. Like I don't understand that, man. Like get the fuck over it, man. Like there's no beef. I don't know the people that claim they like I don't understand how people can hate people that much that you ain't never ate food with, you never kicked it with, we never met in the flesh. So I don't know how people can have so much attachments on here. Like, and then I get it though, like because it's an entertainment factor. And I'm not gonna lie and say I don't laugh or smirk. Uh, Motherfucker, we should all be laughing and having some fun. But like I said this in the past, man. I don't condone children, and I don't like the deceased being f with. You feel me? Right, right. Hey, y'all make sure y'all sub up to everybody in the chat, man. Everybody support everybody, man. I always try to express that. You know what I mean? So everybody can, you know, get a feel of everybody, you know, so you guys won't be strangers and shit. I know it's and other people's shit. They don't really do that. They're not really trying to introduce people or shit, you know. But I like people to be connected to one another, man. I love seeing my peoples with other peoples and then they peoples and they peoples. It's cool, man, because we all here, man, to enjoy each other, right? And we should it should be some kind of etiquette on here, at least, man. Because it's people damn near 10 years older than me. Damn near 10 years old. This should be the shit that they say, not shit that I'm saying. But I've been saying this shit for a long time, man. That anybody that's ever been to my shit, ever been on a panel, I'll let you shoot your shit out. You know what I mean? Break your shit down, whatever you got going in your life. And I think that's what you should be doing, man. Regardless, I can't get involved with a lot of this ignorant shit. Like if it's just some ghetto motherfuckers that's just you just in a you in a mouthful just simply existing. It's nothing I could do about that, man. Like one thing about me, I'm not a back and forth person. So I'm not a person that's gonna keep going back with anybody. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a female. When it comes down to uh physicality, when we come to a point where it's gonna get physical, that's when you can call my name because that's what I like. You know what I mean? That's why I shine at. I'm not gonna keep continue. And I don't, like I said, this could be advice for anybody. A lot of these people, you don't know none of these people. 99% of these people, you ain't never gonna meet these people. I'm not knocking anybody if you want to be a comedian. Shout out to Clyde. On a comedian shit. You wanna make people laugh, man. It's just a way that you go about it, and how you do that shit. You for sugar dummy. So it's a way to express yourself without hurting people. You feel me? And all this shit that you see on the fucking news, right? And I've been seeing sisters get it this year, man. And I'm not saying that in any kind of malicious way. I'm just saying for damn near 14 years, I done spoke upon police brutality, the mistreatment of how black men get treated in this country. And now you done seen probably your fourth sister pass away by the hands of law enforcement. And if you don't believe me, get on my post. Well, you can say, well, Dawn, that's only four. Black men been dying for centuries. Well, the fact that the thing that I'm trying to convey to a lot of people out there is like, we got so much hatred in our community, man. Like, it doesn't even make any sense to hate somebody that you don't even fucking know. We're going off speculation. We're going off emotion. We're going off feelings and fake ass egos. What is that? Uh, Electronic egos, egos. You know what I mean? It's internet ego. A lot of these people would never say half the things that they say online that they will say in real life. A lot of these people would never say any of this shit. So it amazes me how gangster people are on here. And everybody rich as fuck on here for some reason. Everybody rich as fuck, but we, as melanated folks, we don't own shit. So I don't really understand that. But what's going on, Keith? What's going on, beloved? Um, I don't understand how it's like we conjure up a whole different. It's like we conjuring up different scenarios in our mind. Like, nah, that don't exist. It doesn't affect me. Look, bro, anything that happened to the net, bro. That's why when I first seen Oscar Grant, and a lot of people from California, the Bay Area, know that situation that happened with Oscar Grant. Because this is, I said this before in the past. That situation with the transit police officer, that was what opened up my eyes, because not only did it hit home, this is a brother like me. We the same age. So everything that happened to this brother, you could get unalived sitting on your belly by law enforcement, and that's what made me, you know what I mean? That's what woke me up, and that's what. So Oscar Grant was where I started, and it only just started because like it was so close to home, man. Like when I seen that horrible shit, it made me realize like that could happen to me. It could happen to one of my little cousins. So when we cheering on the downfall of other melanated people, whether it's women, whether it's men, like we don't know how silly and goofy we look as a group of people, man. And I get it. It's a lot of divisiveness on here. I get it. There's a lot of people I would never be cool on this motherfucker. Because I feel like some of these motherfuckers cowards, just pussy. You know what I mean? They gonna speak their mind for shit. So it's like, but I'm always gonna stick to code. I have my feelings with Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? I have some issues with Kamala Harris. But I was watching this clip the other day, this news clip, and this cockoid lady kept messing up her name intentionally. I could say her name however the fuck, like, nah, bitch. Say her name correctly, dog. I had my feelings with her, but I'm black. I can have my feelings with Kamala Harris, right? Like a lot of melanated folks out here in California do. But I'm not going to join a cockoid in the conversation. Yeah, go ahead. You can say whatever. Say that woman's name right. Why? Let me tell y'all. Because if they start taking advantage of her, they think they could take advantage of you. If they doing that to her, and just because of my feelings or how I feel about Kamala Harris and what she's done in the past, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna be off cold in front of Cockoy. For now, some people might disagree. Some people might be like, "Nah, fuck that. Woo, woo, that's cool. Everybody got their own shit." I'm definitely not realist. What's going on, bro? Selena, what's going on? I appreciate everybody coming today, man. Everybody rocking out, man. I'm probably not even gonna be that long, man. I just like wanted to just pop in and just say my shit. Um, but what I'm saying is, though, it's the same old shit on here, and I'm just glad that I got to get a break, man. Like I'm telling y'all, man, like I'm stressing this shit out to all y'all. You know what I mean? Content creators specifically, because y'all we make content, so we know how stressful this shit can get, right? You don't show up, people might unsub. They might feel like you just abandoned the channel or you abandoned people. I get that shit. But gotta understand, man, coming up with all this content and making all this information, it could get grueling, right? Your mind get fatigued. And not to mention you have to support people too. You know what I mean? Sometimes I like being a subscriber. I just like doing that. I just like being that. I love going and showing love to people. You know what I mean? That show love to me. You feel me? It's a California way. But it's always nice. And I stress this shit out, man. So y'all can wind this shit, keep playing it. Take a break, man. Normal, functioning people with a functioning brain that fire off all cylinders. Take a break, man, because some of these people are addicted to this shit and they claim they're not addicted to this shit. It's like drug addicts. And I get it. This shit could become really addictive. It could become really addictive and it could become a headache, right? It could become a headache. But take a break, man. Take a break, man. It doesn't matter if you feel like not you couldn't pay me enough to be on this shit every fucking day doing the same old shit. You know what I mean? And now YouTube is cracking down with the rules. So they booting a lot of people off the tube too. So, and I know how that feels like if you actually um created a lot of content and put your heart in it and put your thoughts into some projects, you know what I mean, and made the shit. I've seen some people make documentaries on here. You know what I mean? And their channels got terminated. You will never understand what that shit feel like. It feels horrible to lose your channel. And this is what I'm saying, man. Take breaks from this shit so you don't jeopardize your channel. You don't jeopardize your work. And I'm talking about solely just content creators that really be going ham on this shit. Really putting a lot of good, decent content out that's useful and that's helpful for people. You know what I mean? Or entertainment, man. Like I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Like I'm fucking Gandhi, like I'm Gandhi or some shit, bro. Like I'll knock a motherfucker down quick. Like that. That's like the thing is I'm trying not to get into that. That's the whole thing. I'm trying to promote positivity because you are with the energy that you put out. You are the energy that you put out. So when you put out positive, business minded, you're going to attract that. You're going to attract more money because I'm thinking about money all the time. I want to get money all the time. I want to be around people that like money. So you're going to see that. Oh, this is real shit, right? Because if you're negative, like, oh, I'm going to beat everybody ass and this and that, that's just gonna start affecting you. It's gonna start affecting your soul. And some people might think they might not need to hear that shit because you can't tell nobody shit, especially a black motherfucker. But that might be some shit some people might need to hear. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's good to just suck it up, be mature, and not fuck with that kid shit. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people a lot of people move with pride. A lot of people have ego, and that's cool. That's life. That's how life is, right? Everybody's gonna have their right amount of confidence, that certain amount of pizzazz, right? But you don't want to go overboard where shit is consuming you, where hatred is consuming you, or I have to fit in, I have to be on top. You don't want to do that shit because I'm telling you, it'll start affecting you. And you guess what? This is another thing too. Be careful what you're sharing on here too. Because if you invite people in your life too much, they're gonna start using that shit as ammunition. And then you can't sit here and say, "Oh, you guys are weird because you're overindulging in my life, but you're oversharing your life." And I'm just giving that, you know what I mean? I'm just giving that out there, man. Just be careful about sharing shit personal. Whatever your reasonings are for being on the tool, we want to make this shit a fun place again, man. This shit has just become so dry and it's become so boring to me. You know what I mean? I don't get excited when I'm on this shit anymore, man. And it's not really the platform per se. I think it's just too many people on here that don't have no etiquette. No, they're not civilized. They're very uncivilized. I don't know how these people are grown people with children when they act like children. And it just turned me off from being on YouTube, altogether, man. And I know I'm not the only one. And I feel like it gotta be some balance, right? It has to be some balance. It's gotta be some balance, man. There gotta be spots where everybody can chill at. There's no biases. There's none of that shit, man. People could chill and people can have fun. You know what I mean? Um, I'm all for having fun. I'm all for entertainment, man. Just long as it's not on some dumbass shit talking about children and the deceased and all of those type of things, man. That shit is just childish to me. You know what I mean? It should be childish to you. You feel me? But always remember, man, that we need breaks as humans. Life gets stressful, and I don't like seeing the same old shit all the time. You know what I mean? When it's beef, sometimes I pop in, sometimes I pop out, but I don't be knowing who has beef with who. People can have beef with me. I don't know. I wish everybody the best. I don't have any beef with anybody. Um, and I think that's how it should be, man. This shit gotta be fun, man. I can't wait till YouTube hits a turn where that shit is fun again. And everybody just, you know what I mean, can chill and talk, and it's not about who's exposing who, doxing. Like, I mean, if you got a dox on here, man, like you taking this shit too serious, man. Like this shit is it's past your understanding. Like you need to take a step back and understand this is YouTube, man. This is not real. I don't but a lot of people, like I said, do things on here that they'll never do in real life. They say things on here they'll never do in real life. And I think that's what amplifies a lot of this shit, what makes people just keep shit going and shit, man. But I know for me, man, I guess it's my personality. I'm just not into the same old shit, yelling and just ratchetness all the time. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why I stopped watching that love and hip hop shit a long time ago, man. It had nothing to do with music that I love. It had nothing to do with rap that I love. And I just felt like the culture was just it's much more the ghetto-ness and ratchetness from us, man. And it sucks that that's the first thing people frontline see or think about when they think about black folks, and it's ratchetness and ghetto shit. And that's why I stopped watching that shit, man. I couldn't fuck with that. But not telling anybody what to do. You do what you want to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna drop the link, man. If anybody wanna say anything, anything's on your chest, definitely could get your grievances out. But I'm definitely I had to fall back, so that's definitely my thing. I like to fall back. I like to get my brain right and come back, better or just stay away. You know what I mean? This YouTube shit, I don't feel like it's anything that I could dedicate myself to. You know, I like being on it sometimes, but it's not really my life like that. It's fun though to see a lot of people you like and seeing everybody that came up in here, man, and I appreciate that shit to death. You know what I mean? I'm just a regular person. I mean, I think a lot of us would say we're regular people, man, but some people, they let that YouTube fame, man, that YouTube crack get to them, and they start thinking that they, a celebrity and shit, man. And I don't want that to be my thing. Oh yeah, for sure, realist, man. I appreciate you, bro. Definitely, man. And I try my best, man. I really do try my best to be positive, man. And I try to do that shit in real life too, man. So it's not just YouTube shit. Like I really try to, what's going on. You have a good day, and I just try to program that into my mind because I think that we don't have enough people that's trying to be good anymore or want to be good. I mean, I think we celebrate being bad now these days. So it's rare to see a good, decent person these days, man. Or even, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's like if it's deemed as some sucker shit or you feel me? I mean, I don't know what would be suckerish about, you know what I mean? Just having some type of respect and some discipline for yourself. You know what I mean? You gotta start putting that shit out in the atmosphere, man. It's a lot of hatred. It's a lot of hatred, man. It's a lot of hatred. People got hate for people you don't even know. You know what I mean? So I definitely hope that YouTube will get back to, its fun ways and its fun days and can have fun again, man. That'll be real cool as fuck, you know? But I hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday, man. Everybody having fun, doing what they do. Got something nice cooking in the oven, cooking something good on the stove, chilling with your family, chilling with your loved ones. And I appreciate every single person that's here listening to this shit while you at work, driving from work, man. And I wish everybody, the best, man, and blessed and stay safe out there, man. It's dangerous out here, man. You know, yeah, my heart goes out to that sister's family, though, because I seen the footage of that and I felt real bad. I forgot the sister's name, but everybody, it was everywhere on the news and shit. The sister that basically got unalived in the face. She basically the firearm got her in the face. I mean, I don't know how to explain that on YouTube without, you know what I mean? Basically popped in the face for basically moving a pot and saying I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. It took me away. Like these cockoids are really fragile, really fragile, and when you dealing with law enforcement, it's definitely a mental power struggle. And Sandra, there you go, Sandra. Thank you, lovely YouTube screens. Thank you. The name is right there. Um, it showcased. Well, we seen this with Sandra Bland though. We seen this with Sandra Bland. The same. It was literally the same setup. It was literally the same setup. We had a fragile uh cockoid, and he was very irritated because Sandra Bland, the sister, was not doing what he was asking to do. And we need to know our rights as black folks, man. We really need to know our right as black folks. And when you seeing a lot of videos on here where brothers are not getting out of the car, you kind of got to use your car as a weapon. You kind of got to just be like, hey, I'm not getting out of this car, man. Because it could be a lot of things that can happen. And I mean, in this case, the sister Sandra, she got unalived in her home. In her home. I forgot what the the cause was for them to come. I think she had some mental problems. I think I'm not totally sure about that. And the crazy thing is, he was like, "Do you want to get shot in your face?" Excuse me, YouTube. And he did it. He proceeded in doing that. So he basically unalived a woman because she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." I was like, wow, man, that's just so sad, man. My heart goes out to Sandra family. I know they'll probably never see this, but that just this is why I always tell melanated people it's a code that we have to stick on, and it's the line. You can't see the line; it's invisible, but it's a code. And I myself was using it, like I said, with that cockoid lady when she was just butchering Kamala Harris's name. And it's like, would you like if people fucked up your name? Like, don't do that because she is a woman of color or whatever the fuck she is. She has color on her skin. Don't do that shit. Because if you're doing that with her, you can do that shit with me. You know what I mean? Regardless of how I feel about this woman, we not gonna do that shit. Because when you let them start disrespecting other people in your presence, they're not gonna have a problem disrespecting you. If you see, if you got a homeboy or a homegirl that do fuck shit to other people, it's gonna be probably a couple of seconds, man, until they start doing fucked up shit to you. So you always gotta be mindful of that shit, man. That's why I always say you gotta have a code and you gotta stick to it. Shalom, my brother. What's going on with you, man? Appreciate you being here, man. Anybody that got a wrench, man, please drop links, man. Um, Drop people that don't have wrenches links. I have to go back into this shit, man, and mob people up and shit, man. I don't know how to do it from here, but y'all, please make sure y'all dropping links, man. Everybody got dope content. Um, my sister Deanna, man, she be having me rolling sometimes in the morning, man. When I could catch her shit, she be saying some real funny shit, and then the action is fire though, man. I think you says you from Mississippi, right, or some shit like that. The action is fire, man. The action just makes shit just 10 times funny. Like the shit she be saying be funny, but then the action just make you just add, you know what I mean? Just a little pizzazz to it, a little touch to it, man. And shit, man. So y'all make sure y'all sub up, man, to everybody in here, man. These some real cool people, man. All these people is cool, man. Sub up to my brother, man. Righteousness, man. The brother be dropping some jewels, man. He got a lot of information over there, and I listen, I soak it in, and this is why I always say it's always good to be a subscriber sometimes, man. Even if you have a gang of shit, a gang of videos on your channel, It's always good to become a subscriber too, because it's never too late and you're never too old to learn some shit. So that's why I like hanging out over there too, man. Anybody that got information, man, I highly suggest that, man, because we need to be equipped, man, mentally, man. It's not just physical. It's not just weapons. We need to have the right information too mentally, man. Because if a motherfucking mind ain't right, it ain't telling what fuck shit they gonna do. Feel me? So yeah, it's shout out to my bro Seven, man. I don't know if he left, but that brother's an awesome father. I wish I had a father like that. Awesome father. Awesome. Great. Great content. Wholesome. Check Professor Seven out, man. Scientist. Love his relationship with his daughter, man. Excellent right there. And that never gets showcased and it never gets talked about in our community, man. So anytime that I get a chance, man, to promote a lot of y'all, man, I'm gonna promote y'all, man, the best I can, man. Get a second real quick. Can you hear me, Willis?
Yo, can you hear me,
What's
bro?
Yeah, what's going on with you, brother, man? Long time no hear, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime I could catch you, I try to jump up here because I know you only pop up, but so much and shit, which I don't blame. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
because it's just like you said, bro. You said that shit. I was just, you know how many people I done said that to, like over and over. You took the words out of my mouth when you said this shit ain't fun no more. I keep repeating that same thing to people, bro. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know what it is, but it's like, when you've been on here for a minute, it's just I don't know, man. Like, 'cause you can still create your own content. You can do whatever it is you choose to bring to the table. You can still carry on with that, but I don't know if it's the people, the platform, maybe a mixture of both. And then on top of that, I think I typed it in the chat because of what other people on here are doing. It kind of like forced these fools' hands on here to like crack down on, the guidelines and shit. So every other week you hearing something new about that. Like even though I know I can't play music, you can play it to an extent, but they still had got me, you know what I'm saying? But I was able to
Yeah.
play it a little bit. But anyway, main thing I'm saying is you're right. Um, it's different on here, right? But I don't know if there's a such thing as changing that. Maybe that depends on us. Maybe we got to bring it back some way, somehow. I don't know. But how could we do that shit?
I mean, I would say we're doing it now, man. I mean, that's the best you really could do. I mean,
Right.
there's nothing you could do, man. I mean, I know positivity, not just YouTube, though. This is what I'm seeing everywhere and throughout the African diaspora
Hmm.
in Africa, Brazil, all that, man. Positivity is not endorsed, bro. We're not endorsing this shit. We're endorsing Megan Thee Stallion twerking at Kamala Harris rally, and we're
Uh-huh.
not we're not sharing Professor Sevens out, a brother that's showcasing black excellence. You know what I mean? And that is my definition of it. You taking care of your daughter. And I know a lot of people will, might scrunch their face up that might hear this, like, but you're a father. You should be doing that, right? But he's a melanated father. And we know melanated people in America we have a different system. We're policed differently. We're not policed like everybody. And if you don't believe me, we could go back to the conversation of that sister that just got unalive not too long ago, like a month ago, in her own home.
Yeah, I
In,
seen
in
that.
her own home. Mhm.
It took me a minute to see that because I'm tired of hearing the words. Oh, another continent took out another black woman, another black man. For that reason, I tried not to even watch that shit, bro. But I finally did see it. And,
What's
you know,
going on, right? What's going on, brother? Righteous.
peace to the chat, my bad.
You there, Righteous?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Well, salute to everybody. What's going on, my brother? What's
Peace,
Salute
going
bro.
to
on,
you,
brothers?
brother.
How you?
You already
Man,
know.
I'm good, brother. Living, man. I'm living.
Yeah, I'm just letting y'all. Am I echoing?
Nah, you good on my end?
Okay. Yeah, but if
Mhm.
y'all can hear me, I'm gonna let y'all speak and then I'll chime in. Just want to make sure y'all can hear me.
Okay, I mean, if you got something you want to add, you can add. What was on your mind?
First of all, again, man, salute to you and what you do, and everybody that come up here and show the love, peace, and power to them. I respect and I appreciate the positivity. People not dealing with so much emotion and trying to bring some facts and some structure and stability. That you know how I speak, Malik. Like for me, that's like high on the list of
Hmm.
keeping your logic up and trying to not deal with no emotion, so we can get necessary solutions.
Hmm.
I don't really look at things from a lens like everyone else. I always weigh all sides of the spectrum when it comes to what y'all was just speaking about, like what the police is doing.
Hmm.
I do have an issue with it. However, that's not one of my biggest issues. My biggest issue is people that look like us when we do something to us. You know what I
I
mean?
res- I respect that. I respect that.
Like that to me, that the energy of when somebody that look like one of us do something from someone else's perspective, it's always a reason. There's always a reason to hurt somebody over a block, over an argument, over a
Mm-hmm.
male or female, or a piece of clothing, or a sport, or a game, or a song, or rumorville, or something that happened 5 minutes ago, 5 years ago, 5 months ago. It's never a reason to uphold and uplift something. Like I don't hear us hurting somebody because somebody try to break into our home or steal our vehicle or mistreat our nephew or our nieces or our kids or our grandkids. When I do hear it, it's much more lower than over gang violence or over street violence or over an argument or over road rage. Those cases are much more higher. So when I hear something about the police, yes, it is relevant and it is important, but I don't give it that much energy because I'm not going to allow that to sidetrack the things that I know that constantly go on.
So from your, but and I respect that too, brother, because there's no, I don't do biases or any of that. So just to make it clear, I got friends that are Muslim, agnostic. So yeah, that's the kind of person I am. We respect people's shit in my area. You know, would you just say that the law enforcement, the things that are going on with law enforcement, would you just say that's just a one piece of many problems that we face as melanated people in this country? I mean, because black on black violence sounds like that was one of your ticks, right? You will say that that's a tick for you?
It's not really a tick for me, it's that it doesn't get the same amount of energy that the shootings get. Like if a white cop, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't do the race baiting thing, but if a white
Mhm,
cop shoots a black person, the stamina changes,
mhm,
the energy changes. It's like I'm gonna just bring up another quick example, which like the energy shift when it's my body, my choice, and it works. Meaning if I'm crying, yo, keep the baby, keep the baby, keep the baby, and it's like, but I don't have to keep it, which I respect. So I need respect on the other end. If I say, yo, I'm not ready to have a kid, and she goes on and have the kid, I shouldn't be able to pay child support, and I shouldn't be a deadbeat dad. Because if I want it and she get rid of it, she's gonna be looked at as a hero and as her doing what's best for her. And I acknowledge that and I respect that. So on the other end now, what about when I'm unable to be there mentally, spiritually, financially? Why should I
Mhm,
now be taken through the ringer if I can't support that child on any of those levels?
mhm.
So I'm
Okay.
saying now it's time for the playing field to be leveled out.
Mhm. You still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just giving you time to narrate your channel, and this is your platform, so I got to be respectful and speak, and give you time to respond or anybody else.
I appreciate that. Really, you got something you want to say about that?
Nah, I'm over here multitasking. I'm listening, but y'all just keep talking. I'll just jump in a second. Go ahead, though.
Okay, okay. So I got a question there for both of y'all brothers, and I guess really you could chime in when you fully hear what. And I guess it might be two questions, right? What do you guys? What's your identity in this country? Do you see yourself as your religion, American, black, African, black American, a black man in America? What's your identity? And this is another question that's gonna follow that. What what can make us as just men of color, however you want to call it, because everybody has their own definition of it. I like melanated, so I use that a lot. What can make melanated men step up more in our community and have and lead it like it's supposed to be led, right? Because we have the tools. Y'all blessed us with the tools, the intellectual tools with logic and taking our time with discipline when we speak. You like the brother just said, we let shit process, right? This is our nation to lead because we can process shit, right? So what is that take on that? Y'all still there?
Yeah, I was allowing the brother realist to
Oh,
speak,
okay.
because I was just speaking, so I was giving him an opportunity.
Okay, Realist, you there? Did you hear what I the question?
Hi, I'm back. I had to step away for a minute. My bad, man.
Oh, you
Um,
good?
yeah, repeat that for me, bro, because I heard from like afar. I didn't hear everything. Repeat that one more time for me.
Okay, so it's like a kind of like two questions, right? What do you guys identify with, right? You and Righteous, brother Righteous, Dr. Righteous. What do you guys when you're walking around every day, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
every day when you leave your house, you button up your shirt. Am I a black man? Am I American? Am I Christian? Am I Muslim? And keep in mind, there are some people right here that identify with one of these things. Keep in mind, there are people that leave their house Muslim. They don't
Right.
give a fuck if you white. They don't give a fuck if you black. They're Muslim, right? So they have a whole bunch of different principles. I know when I'm around Muslims, you have to be on a certain code because that's what they are first. So you guys kind of get that, right? I'll let y'all answer that first, and I'll go with the other one.
Yeah. Just real quick. It's kind of simple for me, but I know for some people it's probably look at me kind of strange because I had said this to somebody before. Just based on like the way things like are in the world when you look around and shit, you see some of the weirdest shit, man. Like it go into what Bro Righteous was saying, um, whether it's black or brown, because you know some people have a thing where if somebody says I'm a black man, no, don't call me a black man, call me a brown man. I don't really
Mhm.
be tripping off of that. To me, it's the same African American, black man. I don't be tripping off of that. But anyway, I look at myself kind of like I'm like an alien, bro. I don't really know if I identify as nothing because the reason I say that, and listen to me close, the reason I say that is because a lot of things that I see going on, I could see myself partaking in that, participating. Like the way people, like for instance, the violence between, brothers and shit like that. I could never see myself having that much like hate towards another black or brown or brother. You know what I'm saying? For like you see what the hell be going on out here. It's always us doing the same shit against us, but it kind of is true when it come down to the other ethnicities. It ain't really that same energy. So for that and a whole lot of other reasons to make it short, put it in conclusion, I kind of identify as an alien, bro.
Alien, bro. You know what? I respect you on that. I'm a alien. Hey, I'm really curious to see what the brother righteous got for this one.
Well, first and foremost, salute to the brother realist for bringing some real good intellect and knowledge on that question. And for me, Malik, you've been tuning into me, how I speak. I look at myself as a human being, you know what I mean? Because if I look at myself any other way, now I'm allowing myself to be boxed in and I'm well rounded.
Mhm,
So I'm a human being. And I deal with everybody else like they're a human being. Because
mhm.
when I allow myself to see a nationality or race, then I'm already at a conflict with myself because everybody is a human being. So I don't look at myself as black or brown or African. I'm a human being. When I was first born, or my mom's conceived me, or however that situation took place, nobody never said, "Well, I'm black," or "I'm African," or I was
Mhm.
just a baby that was born. You know what I mean? So I don't do that because again, I don't want to limit myself, let alone
Right,
anybody else.
right. So
You know
what
what I
you
mean?
so?
So
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
nah, you good, my brother.
Okay, okay, brother. I was gonna add on to what you were saying. Do you think that, and this is just me spitballing, do you think that this country should get away with that labels and just be American human? Like black being, where you have to tick that in, white, Hispanic. Do you think we should just get away with all that? Just do away with it? And maybe it could help something?
Realist, you want to jump in on that again first, my brother?
No, you can go ahead and take it, bro. I'll jump in after you.
All right. So, and I appreciate that, realist. Um, I see that like it all kind of came from a business perspective. So when you doing it, whether that's from educational purposes, job, going to see a doctor, it was all needed to be documented so they could understand the culture or the ethical background from the parties or the participants they're going to be dealing with. So that's why that was kind of formed so they could understand who they dealing with and how to deal with them.
Okay, before realers go, I definitely want to, beloved sister, you too, Screech, you are so correct on that. I think I was just coming from a place where I wanted to keep the conversation going with that. And we all know in this world, can we all agree that everybody unalives everybody, no matter the color? Is
Sure.
that something we could agree? Okay, yeah. So I wasn't saying that like it was a real exclusive thing with the black on black crime. I was kind of, I don't know, semantics, baby. I was just trying to keep the conversation on the point on what the brother had brought up. I know that doesn't really exist. Everybody unalives everybody in this world. Because if you go to a Mexican hood where it's just Mexicans, Guess what? They unaliving Mexicans. They're on. So yeah, I get that, beloved. Go ahead, bro.
No, just to kind of like add on to that part real quick, though. Yeah, you right. I mean, at the end of the day, no matter what ethnicity it is, it's always going to be this person, taking the life of this person. But I see your point at the same time because I mean, when people, I kind of look at that as just an expression anyway. Of course, we know there's other ethnicities that you know do what they do amongst their community, whether it's taking lives or causing harm. I just look at it as an expression, but at the same time, I think I might know where that came from because it's like when you look at the percentage and all of that stuff and everything that goes on, it always seems like it's us that be having the worst end of the stick, and it's like we got so much shit going on now. Like when you look on TV, you don't see. I mean, you see other ethnicities going through like police abuse and shit like that, but who do you see most of the time? We already know the answer to that. So when people say black on black crime, I think how they really saying is kind of like we got enough. We don't need to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to worry about our own people. We ain't talking about them. Let's take a second and talk about us real quick. You know what I'm saying? The fact is, um, you ever seen that Planet of the Apes movie where he kind of took the sticks, right? And he broke the sticks and like he had this analogy where like one stick is weak and if you put them all together they're stronger type of shit. It's like we got so
Mm,
like hatred and all these other things towards us. I don't think that really like nobody else got their back against the wall like black folk. So now we of course we know there's other ethnicities that have these things going on in their community, but if we talking from a black perspective and a black standpoint, you do hate to see another black man hurt another black man because really we got them other ethnicities for that shit, you know?
right, right. And to add on, brother, Righteous, you got something to add with that?
Well, again, I want to give the brother his flowers, man. That was very intelligently said. Um, I'm I'm speechless when it comes to this now because it's not like he said. It's not about a race thing. It's not that when I look at the news or I look at TV, I only see like black on black or white on white. What I'm saying is that I see they do it for the purpose of separation. Like if they can
Mm.
put out a white cop shot a black person, now when I look at that, I'll say for like a week or two, they won't promote black on black crime happening. They'll leave that alone. The media leaves it alone for a minute because they know from an emotional and a psychological perspective, it'll have black people attention. So now it's like, yo, we need to relax for a little bit of time. And then once whatever that situation with the police subsides, the media bring back, well, this happened amongst black on black people. This happened, a crime or whatever. And it perpetuates people looking for it to happen. You know what I mean? Because me, when I deal with another brother, it's never really an issue unless someone else gets involved. So what I'm saying is like I could have a conversation with you, Malik, and it'll go right, or I could have a conversation with Willis and it could go right. But if somebody else comes in the middle of me and Willis' conversation, something may get misinterpreted, and now that ego or that pride kicks in, and now we had a disagreement, and that disagreement turns so violent because we like you just said, we going through so much. You know what I mean? And we don't know how to articulate that without one out of like 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 things happening. Somebody assuming something, somebody judging you, somebody calling you out, somebody teasing you, somebody putting you down. It's never an uplifting thing when we speak about something that's vulnerable or something that's negative or something that is uncomfortable or something that's awkward. You see what I'm saying? So now you got to defend yourself all the time. And it becomes a little bit more personal when somebody that look like you do it because you believe you have to defend yourself a little bit tougher and a little bit rougher because it's like, well, damn, he kind of know what I'm going through, or she kind of know what I'm going through, and they gonna put me down because I said, I wasn't there for my kid, or my education is only at this level, or it's hard for me to keep a job, or it's hard for me to sustain a relationship, or whatever that uncomfortable conversation may be. So your defense level gets a little higher.
That was well said, my brother. Well said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was a gem, man. Denzel comes out whenever it's a gem.
Shout out to Denzel.
Oh. Oh. So would you say that melanated people or black folks, melanated humans, however you want to title it, anybody watching this, do you think we are too prideful? And this is for both of y'all, or do we have to be prideful for survival?
I'm like, hold up, Don. Because I'm over
Uh,
here tasking. I'm in and out. I'm in and out. So say that one more time
okay.
for me, bro.
Okay, so this for both of y'all. Do y'all think, as melanated folks, black folks, do you guys think that we are too prideful and
Mm.
maybe got too much of an ego, or do you think that's necessary for our survival? Like we have to be prideful because everybody
Mm.
coming for us.
Uh, yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of all of that. Definitely the last part because I mean, for an example, like prideful, that's that goes into confidence. Like when we go into like let's say a pharmacy, right? Because I've had this experience where I'm at. It's places like this all over. We don't get the same experience as maybe a Caucasian man would or a Caucasian woman would in certain places. It don't matter if they got a badge on their chest. It don't matter if they're supposed to be professional. If they have a personal issue with the color of your skin, they're gonna act a little bit different. We go in a lot of these places knowing what's already finna be up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta expect it in half the places in the world we go to. So I feel like it kind of do. We gotta have that confidence there. Say, listen, it don't matter how you look at me. Do your damn job. I know these folks in here don't like me. I know they ain't rocking with me. I know they could be talking about me as soon as I go out the store, when I come in, if I say, oh, look, here go one of these Negroes again. They probably saying that amongst themselves all day. So yeah, I kind of do feel like we gotta be prideful. We gotta be. It's a confidence thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter how you look at me. I'm allowed to be here. I can come in here whenever I want. You can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's my short answer. So yeah, I do feel like a little bit of all them, but especially the last part.
Well, I look at that like no matter how much pride I have to have more honor. I have to have more dignity. I have to have more integrity
That too.
because no matter who I'm surrounded by, as long as I have that, at the end of the day, they're going to have to have it. Because if they don't, now they're not going to be able to look at me like what Brother Willis just said as a Negro or whatever. They're going to have to look at me like a grown man. And now I'm handling my business as an adult. And color don't have nothing to do with that. Just like before I told you, Dome, about it's not about black cops, white judges, black lawyers, white lawyers. It's about them doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Because it's cops that look like me that will do something that a white cop would do. So why is the energy not the same for that cop just being crooked? Why is that energy not the same for that judge being crooked? It shouldn't be. Well, since it's a white cop, it's more of an issue. It's a crooked cop. We shouldn't want crooked cops. It doesn't matter how they look. We shouldn't want corrupt politicians. Don't matter how they look. We shouldn't
Facts.
want bad mothers, no matter how they look. We shouldn't want bad fathers, no matter how they look. But when you stuck on how someone look, it turns into a personal situation. And I don't want to look at how somebody look. I want to look at their actions and what they doing. Because if I look at how they look, like Village just said, now it's already a strike against them. Because if I go somewhere and I see a bunch of white people and it's like I'm the only black person, it's like, okay, of course they're gonna look at me funny if I see myself as that's just a bunch of white people and I'm the only black person.
That was well said, brother. That was well said. Do you think that a lot of what we see is just a lot of programming, a lot of propaganda? Like it's something that's just it's there to get us riled up, or do you think we have a real gripe? And like you said, it's not necessarily the cops, because the cops are just the face of the law, right? They're there to enforce the law. So they're the legs and the eyes of your jaywalking, of whatever crime that you're doing, you're speeding. They're there just to enforce it, the human side of it, right? They're just making sure the laws are being abided by. Do you think that it's harsher on us with the laws, or do are we just we playing crybaby games? We crying wolf. It's for both of y'all brothers.
You can go ahead, righteous. I'll speak after you. I gotta step away real quick.
No problem, my brother. I'm just, first of all, let me say this to you, Relish. You was on the panel first, and I have the utmost patience, tolerance, and respect for anything and everything breathing. So that's why I'm pausing, giving you time to address the questions. Okay, you,
I
you allow me to
appreciate that.
go. So now, nah, that's not an issue at all. So now I'm gonna answer what Malik asked. Nah, I don't. You know why I don't believe that, Malik? Because, like I said, okay, it's like I'm gonna use the jungle analogy. A lion is in the jungle, and two or three hyenas won't even attempt to bother that lion because they know from a strength standpoint, a courage standpoint, and a power standpoint, they have no wins in that. However, when the hyenas become in the pack, it's not that the lion is scared. The lion just have to defend itself from a different perspective. Because if that lion don't defend itself, that pack of hyenas can finish that lion. And they not attacking the lion based off finishing the lion. They're gonna attack the lion because the lion now is outnumbered from a strength perspective, from a courage perspective. So when you're talking about the police, they doing things because not only black people, just people in particular that outnumbered. Because once they put the cuffs on you, you got to get a lawyer, you got to deal with the judge, and you got to deal with the DA. So it's other entities involved. So they're gonna do anything mentally to get to put those cuffs on you. Once them cuffs go on you, you got to deal with so many other entities to get them off of you now. Until they could put the cuffs on you, you already winning. So the loss kicks in once the cuffs go on you. So even if they want to degrade you verbally, You still winning because they got to put those cuffs on you. That's when they have the advantage. So when they roll up on somebody and say, "What you doing?" or "Let me see some ID," as long as you got enough intellect to know how to respond back, and it doesn't turn into a sparring match because they have ego and pride. You know what I mean? And that ego and pride, they just want to get those cuffs on you. That's it. If they can't do that, they know they lost. And they gotta conjure up another way to try to get them cuffs on you. You know what I mean? And once you develop that mentality, you look at them differently and they have to deal with you from that perspective now because their whole goal is to get the cuffs on you. Until then, honestly and literally, they have to listen to what you say. But when you come off like Brother Rilla said, and you feel like you already under attack or outnumbered, now you're gonna defend yourself, and you might not even done nothing wrong.
Right.
But if they roll up on you, and you know you didn't do nothing wrong, and it's like, "What can I help you with, sir? This is who I am. This is where I'm going." Right then and there, from a mental perspective, they know they got to deal with you on an intellectual level. Anything else, they're gonna look out of character. And majority of the times when they roll up or they looking to do something to us, we get defensive. Yo, what the F you want? Yo, why you messing with me? And it's like that's what they want. But if
Okay.
you deal with
Let
them
me
civilized, they got no choice but to deal with you civilized back.
definitely that. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. I wanna get your take, and I don't know if Realist had commented on it. What do you feel about what happened to that sister Sandra about that whole the pot and being unalived in the home? But what do y'all feel about that when you can't
I'll
just
let
be in
Realist
your
attack
house?
that first.
Mhm.
Going first, righteous brother,
Nah,
righteous.
I'll let you attack that first, my
Oh,
brother.
um, well, like I said when I first came in, like I didn't even want to see that at first, because it's very it's cliche at this point. It's repetitive. Every time you turn around, you always hearing that. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Like we could sit here and we could say it this way and that way, but the fact of the matter is these situations they happen all over, but they do happen to us the most from what I be saying. And that's why I didn't even want to watch the video to that. I had just seen the video probably a couple weeks after everybody else because somebody else was reacting to it. I'm like, wow, that's what happened. You know, People breaking it down this way and that way. And the main talk was, what was it, pot of water that she had. I think old boy was saying that he thought she was gonna throw the pot of water or something like that, whatever the case. But I mean, my response to it, I really don't honestly. Like, what can we say? You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean, what did it really say? Because it's like the same thing could happen right now or tomorrow or anytime this week. It could happen. It was 7 days in a week, but it could happen every day of the week. So I mean, I don't really know if I have a reaction to it except it's a damn shame. It's a crying shame. Let the roles have been reversed, and I forgot what they doing with old boy. They did lock him up, right? Didn't they put him in custody and all of that or something like that?
Uh, I have no idea. I got to look back into that case, but I wanted to add on to why do you why does these things happen to folks of color though?
Mm-hmm.
Why are law enforcement in our house, but they're not in Caucasians' houses? Um, terrified for their life that they're going to get splashed with water and shooting, or excuse me, unaliving them, but they don't have no problem. Just, oh, I'll pop you in the face, and then
Mm-mm-mm.
ensues, and it doesn't proceeds to actually pop the sister in the face, and now she's not with us to this day. So I get what the brother righteous is saying. I totally get what he's saying. I'm gonna let the brother respond to that. I just wanted to add to that that it just the way that we get treated in this system, it doesn't seem like the system is broke on Mexican side. It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's broke on Asian side. I've not never heard a cop just go inside of an Asian's house
You don't
and
hear about
then hmm and I'm not and I respect everybody's shit on here because I'm not letting anything deter me from my mission. And my mission is to see melanated people that look like me do better and get the help. So I'm always going to be like that because what I've seen an underclass of people get treated with the shitty end of the stick. You know what I mean? That's just what I've seen in my hood growing up where I grew up at. It never looked good. It didn't look like we had a fair shot. We all have our own lives, but we're not all in the conditions or born into conditions where we can do things with that life, and it's unfortunate. Maybe we can, maybe we not. But knocking each other down, seeing how America operates, that's not going to help us out at all either. And just keep in mind too. I'm gonna let everybody respond. I don't have nothing against anybody. I have all national creeds, ethnic creeds of friends because I live out here on the West. It's diverse as shit. It's Asians and all that shit. But I've never seen the law mishandle and mistreat any other ethnic group like they treat mine. And that's just what I've seen.
Well, um, before I answer, I just want to, send my condolences to that sister's family, her loved ones, and may God be with them and bless them through this real rough, tough, and adverse time. However, it goes back to what Brother Willis initially was saying and what I'm about to say now. We all have family that's going through or been through rough and tough times. So I had a family member that was going through some rough times, and I had family within my family. They disliked my approach when that family member had those rough and tough times. I told my family, I was like, look, if we not gonna rally and step up and be there for this family member, I'm not gonna deal with y'all as family because should we not able to come through and do what's best for the circumstances in the situation, we can't knock nobody else if they do something that we deem that's not right. So my point is that when you have, or not you per se, not nobody on the panel or viewing this, I'm just saying you in general. It's a general statement. But when you or people or persons allowing somebody else to go through something and we see that and we like right now I can't help that person or I can't be there with that person. I'm going through my own situation. How can we prejudge or knock someone else when they go through something now and they got to rely on whatever resources to get the help they may need? So my point is that if I'm hungry and my family know I'm hungry and they unable to feed me and they can't be upset if the system give me bad food, they can't feed me and they don't want to feed me. So how they gonna knock whatever resources I'm going through to eat? Even if I gotta dig in the garbage, I'ma do what I think is best to feed myself. So if I'm living somewhere and I can't get family to come through, or somebody try to break in where I live at, nobody want to come spend nights or help me defend my property or my apartment or whatever I got, and I gotta rely on someone else and it don't go the way they think it should have went, we gotta reconsider helping ourselves then, being there for one another, even if it's something that we may have been through that's like, I don't want to talk to cousin so and so no more, or uncle so and so, or aunt so and so, or I'm still mad at my mom's, or I'm still mad at my father. Like we go through that on so many different levels. You know what I mean? It's like children are willing to give their moms different opportunities than their dads. And that's not a personal shot at children. That's just the mentality they've been brought up in. It's like their dad don't get the same opportunities to mess up like their mothers do. And that's not a knock on children or the mothers or putting fathers down. But when you look at it from that perspective, if they're given a level playing field, maybe they'll be able to see some of the things that they allowed their mother to do that their dad will be able to do.
Right. Realist, you want to respond?
Yeah. So give me the question one more time, though, before I go ahead.
Oh, it wasn't any. We were. I was just. I already had said it. Did you want to follow up to what Brother Righteous was talking about?
No, y'all go ahead, cause I'm like in and out. Y'all just go ahead. I jump in on next time.
Okay, okay. So I highlighted a comment right here. Could everybody see the comment?
Yeah, see it.
You see it? What's your guys' take on that?
It seem about right. I can't say it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Righteous, you can go ahead, bro.
Well, again, I appreciate that, Willis. Um, See, when you talk about unifying, it's a lot of different levels you could unify on. So when you say unify on what level? What from a educational standpoint? What from a financial standpoint? What from a fashion standpoint? Like, you know what I mean? Like when I look at unification, I look at levels to it. I look at levels to everything alike, but you talking about unifying. So for us to unify, it's on what levels?
What level do you guys think we have to unify on? I mean, we all consider ourselves to be a part of the same community, I think, right? Like when we see each other, we feel that like that inside feeling like that's my brother, right? I mean, at least for me, I'm gonna speak for myself because I don't know how everybody feel. I get excited when I see people that look like me. I'm not gonna lie. When I enter a store and I see brothers and sisters that look like me, I'm like, okay, cool. I like that. Now that's just me. That's just how I feel. It doesn't have anything to do with fear. It doesn't have anything to do with racism. It just has everything to do with my tribalism and how I was brought up. Even though I live in a diverse neighborhood now, I lived in an all, predominantly black neighborhood coming up where it was just all black people. So I'm not gonna lie and say that's not who I wouldn't feel comfortable with. If I see a bunch of black folks, I'm gonna instantly gravitate to that. Just just in my spirit, right? What do you guys feel like can unify us where we can be at a peaceful place and not just with the brothers but with the sisters too, where we can have these discussions and not hate one another and shout at one another and discourage people um, on how they feel about things, their religion, and what they like, because there's so many of the same, you know, folks on here. I'm trying to be cool with my words. Melanated folks on here that have different beliefs, right? Oh, you still into the Bible? Oh, you still into that? It's like, okay, but I have my own perception of it that you might not know, brother. So what do y'all feel like that? Because I don't want to be long winded. What can unify us?
I don't know. I think that's always been a question right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody got their own different um response, but like unify. Uh, I think it kind of like starts with like, for instance, like if we all were affected, I mean, which we kind of are affected by the same thing in a way, but a lot of stuff that we like see like online on TV and stuff like that, it don't really be affecting us like physically or necessarily personally, but it's like, oh damn, there goes another one. You know what I'm saying? Um, like from a lot of stuff that I watch, like one of the things that seems to like kind of like bring people together a lot of times is when they can relate, when they've been through like the same tragedy, when they've been through, like let's say there's a club of people who all had a son or a daughter who ran away, right? And they never found them again. It's a club for people who've been through that. They can sit down and they can speak on it because they all been through it. My son went out the door, he never came back. My daughter went out the door and never came back, right? It seemed like kind of like for black people, it would take like something like that. Like we would have to like really be physically and personally affected by some of the stuff that be going on in the world to feel that emotion so that we can, because we don't really like to talk about stuff, black folk. We don't really like to talk about stuff. We keep stuff bottled up and all of that. But it seemed like it would have to take something like, I hate to say it, it seemed like it would, because a lot of people, they'll say it all day, like even people on here. It seemed like it would take for something tragic in a way for people to understand how much that is something that need to be talked about. Like for some people, the only way they're gonna really want to come together with the next person and talk about or discuss anything is if they were actually affected by it. So it seems like they would have to go through that experience. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what's up, we know what's going on out here. But yeah, kind of like what she's saying. I'm just saying it in like a different way. But righteous, you probably could translate it a little better, bro. So you go ahead.
Well, again, man, the way you put that, I totally respect it, acknowledge it. Like you said, how you heal, it got to start with education, accountability, and recollection. Recollection, like he said, if you have a group of people and their child came a missing or ran away, of course they could form a bond in a group. However, once now you have that thing in common that that child came up missing or ran away, how you able to unify now is you come up with constructive solutions to avoid them being able to come up missing or want to be missing, meaning want to run away or get grabbed up or get kidnapped. So you work on defense mechanisms for them to protect themselves so they don't get grabbed up. And then you work on solutions. So if they're having any problems wherever they living at or whatever their community is, they're able to come talk, and whoever that may be, a mother, a father, a grandmother, a grandfather, aunt, uncle, godmother, godfather, whoever. Now you have to place self accountability. One of our issues with unification is nobody wants blame for things that doesn't go right, but everybody want to raise their hand when something is right for the credit. So the same way you want credit for something, you have to want not blame but accountability when something isn't right.
That was well said, brother. That was well said. So this lovely sister in the chat is basically saying we need to start with healing. Do you guys think that it's a lot of broken people in this world? And I don't just mean us as, melanated humans, melanated beings. Um, everybody, right? Everybody needs healing in this world, right? What's happening over there with the Hamas and Israel. Uh, do you feel like people are afraid to heal because it's so much access to resources these days that we don't have to, and by we I mean us, that's humans, everybody, Caucasians, Hispanics. There shouldn't be a reason why we're walking around mentally ill and hurting and harming people when there's so much resources, man. Your insurance will cover a lot of things. What do y'all think about that? Do you think people want to heal, or some people like being like this? Some people like the chaos. Some people like for the world to look like this shit.
Hmm. Um, Honestly, I think a lot of people probably don't care. There's always going to be those few people that, or actually more than that, that really don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not, it might not be affecting them personally. Kind of like going back to what I was saying earlier. Um, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know if I really got an answer for that shit. Righteous, you might as well take that one, bro. Go ahead, man. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got an answer for that one.
Well, again, when you talk about healing, it's always something within something. Like, so when you say healing, I don't believe people don't want to heal. People don't have the education on how to do that. And even if they have the education, like I said, people walk around with their head down based around things that hurt them. Like I've been through a lot of tragic situations, but the reason why my head is up because I have confidence in who I am and where I'm going and where I came from. And that don't mean like from a cultural or community background. That just mean literally what I've been through. You know what I mean? Like I've been through a lot of tragic things. And since I've made it and was able to overcome with the help of other people, with the help of God, with the help of reading. Like it's not just I just came through it. No, people helped me, books helped me, you know what I mean? God helped me. So it's a various different things that helped me get to where I am. So when you talk about healing, it's like if like he said, with a child coming up missing, it's great to have that unity and everybody's in a group. But now once you get in that group, the thing you have in common is the kids running away or coming up missing. How you gonna come up with constructive solutions so we can avoid them being kidnapped or them wanting to run away? And again, it's not a blame game, it's accountability. Like I have children. So what I learned how to do is establish that common ground with the things that I know I could have been better at. I always remind my kids of that. I never take myself away from that. Even when we at the high of a high and they loving things that I'm doing, but I gotta constantly remind them of things that I didn't have the knowledge of knowing I wasn't doing correct and I could have done better and I'm still working on doing those things better. So the first thing they getting, no matter how high they are with me in life, I'm being accountable. And I'm not blaming nobody because it's no blame. And that's why we have a lot of conflict because it's like you're blaming me. It's like sports. It's like, well, they lost because, and when they win, it's all because of one person. And when they lose, you want to blame people. It's like you can't win without everybody doing what they got to do. Even if you don't know who that person may be that's contributing, they still need that person to become or be successful. You know what I mean? In the same way, if it appears to be unsuccessful, you still need all those people to make everything work, though. Malik, your brother still there?
Hi, I'm back. What happened?
No, I
Can,
didn't hear you, brother. So I was just being
Oh,
patient. I didn't know,
can you
if
hear
it
me?
was connection.
oh,
Yeah,
don't I
but
think Dome had some connection problems. Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Oh, you can hear me now. What was that? Was that me?
Yeah, I think you had went out or something like that. I was like, what happened? I ain't hear Dome after Bro Righteous.
Uh, yeah, Stream. We've been on StreamYard for a while, man. They don't want us to build, man. Look.
hmm
Oh, so y'all, if y'all can hear me clearly, what do y'all feel about the Asian hate bill? Because we can see now that the Asians aren't really being hated on anymore, and all of that propaganda programming and shit on the news, you don't see it anymore. But they got a bill within a year. Do you think black folks need a bill? It's been about how long since we've been on the continent of Americas, and we still have no bill. We have nothing that protects us, or stop people from disrespecting us. Do you feel like we need anything, or we're okay? That's for both of y'all.
Hell yeah, we need something. We need something out here, man. I mean, I don't get into like politics or talking about certain things. It's a limit for me. You know what I mean? But I feel like if they can, why can't we? I mean, what is the bill pertaining to for them? But they can't. Like, how does that work? Cause I ain't even hear nothing about that.
I think the details I would have to Google it, but when you
I'm
have
about,
like any, huh?
I'm about to Google it. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's cool. But I think that it's for like you can't mistreat them. Like you can't just um anything that's deemed as like just being too extra physical with Asians is gonna twinkle down to that Asian hate bill, man. Because they're basically now a protected class, and maybe even more so than Caucasians, actually, because there's no bill protecting Caucasians either.
What
They
the
don't have no bill that protects Caucasians. So you can, in my earlier days, I used to use the sardines, the saltines, the cracker word, so there was nothing that prohibited that. There's still nothing that prohibits that. You know what I
you
mean? But
echoing,
with
my
Asia,
brother.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, you was echoing.
Am I still echoing?
You sound all right now.
No, not no more.
Okay. So basically, there's no bills for any other ethnic group but Asians. That's the only race that has that ban. Do you think we need one though, brother Righteous?
I believe so, but when you say we need one, I mean, it goes a little deeper than when you say, do we need one? See, when we thinking about ourselves, honestly, a lot of people really think about themselves. Now, when you talking about on a whole, the reason why maybe other cultures or nationality have them, because they literally and logically thinking about their culture overall. Like we see, we look, we thinking about just ourselves. They thinking about their culture. They thinking about their grandkids, their great grandkids. Because let's look at the monopoly board. Let's look at it from that perspective. A monopoly board. They'll have the fruit stand, and they'll have the nail salon, and they'll have a liquor store. That's three pieces of property that other cultures and other people from other communities respect. So see how you on YouTube and me and Realist up here, we appreciate what you bringing to the table. So every time we deal with you, we gonna come with honor. We're gonna come with dignity. We're gonna come with integrity. Now, if everybody that interact with me, you, or him does that, we building up a bigger, stronger, more concrete foundation. So anybody else that's from the outside looking in at it, they're gonna have to come deal with me, you, or him like that, or anybody that's connected with us. And if they don't now, they know they're gonna have to deal with us on a real civilized, controlled level.
Okay, okay. Do you feel like us as people, melanated people, you don't feel like we're trying to preserve our culture or our children, our children's future and stuff like that?
I would
Maybe
say
some of us.
it is. I'm not gonna say yes, and I'm definitely not gonna say no. I mean, we going through a lot of transitions of confusion and manipulation and self hate.
Hmm. But you would so would you lean, are you leaning more to we should have a bill or maybe should have a bill? What
Like
would
I
you say,
said,
brother? Uh,
I, I, oh my bad. Go ahead, Willis. I
no,
apologize.
you good, bro. Because I'm just trying to understand your position. Because you saying, and I do get it. Asians are very, very culturally to themselves, man. They don't really.
Right.
They're very nice people, for the most part. They seem very distant, and I don't know if that could be. Maybe it's their culture, but I see a lot of black folks, man, going to work and trying to raise their children too.
Right.
I see
Right.
the same shit, and to always be harassed by the law, regardless of color, that kind of is like, we trying to do the same thing that Asians are doing, man. We got to understand, man. A lot of these people are immigrating to this country, man. That we were born here.
Yeah.
We were trying, we were originally transported here. You know what I mean? So we was transported. We was in the boxes, and when we got here, so we trying to pick up centuries of being behind, man. And I'm not using that as an excuse. That's just a fucking fact. Like we trying to we got to remember too, because I think we forget this sometimes. There were points in time where we had the harshest resistance. Everything, they wouldn't let us vote, wouldn't let us do shit. And when we reached a pinnacle in Tulsa and we had Black Wall Street, they bombed that. So it's like whenever we try to do things, it's always a hindrance. And sometimes it comes from within too, like Brother Righteous was saying. Sometimes it happens, in your own neighborhood, like Nipsey Hussle. You know what I mean? Trying to do something good, and then you get assassinated by your own people, Malcolm X. But we also have to remember everybody has to follow the law, right? So if nobody's checking the law on how they're conducting the law, like who do we go to, right? What do? We don't have a bill that protects us. So when the law's out here beating our ass, who protects us from the law? But in other words, who protects us from the police that's beating our ass? Since they're not actually really protected. Some. I'll
Mhm.
say some. I'm not gonna say all police, but majority of them. A good portion of
Definitely a good portion of them. Damn shame. But yeah, they. I mean, they ain't shit. They ain't no different than us. I mean, I don't know how that went about. I mean, like, that's how I don't pay attention to like that type of stuff right there because I had no idea, that that was even a thing. But it's like we got our shit. We got our shit. Like me been going through shit. We been, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand what could make them any more different. Because it's like you say, not all, there are black people who, who get up and do, do the regular daily stuff. Like, so I mean, I feel like if not us, then who more qualified for something like that? To be honest with you, I'm just leave it like that, man. Obviously, the Asians more qualified, but y'all can go ahead, man.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead, brother Willis. I appreciate you throwing me this alley oop real quick, and I just wanna also piggyback on something Malik just asked.
Hmm.
So you see how you said with the Asian community or the Mexican community. See, with them, they have one type of culture. With us, we got two type of cultures. You got black people, then you got niggas. See, with Asians, you just got Asians. That's it. With Mexicans, you just got Mexicans. That's it.
I know
And
you
the
going
difference is when it is somebody from their culture that don't represent what they represent, they outcast them and they just keep it moving. We don't do that. We still try to implement niggas with black people. That ain't the same thing. And that's not a knock on black people. It's just not the same thing. Quick example, hip hop and rap ain't the same thing. But what we do, we box it together. So that's why some people be like, I don't want to listen to all of that. Hip hop and rap ain't the same thing. So when Malik asks, how can we take control of more things that's ours that we create? We have to learn how to separate and differentiate so we can say, okay, this is ours, but that don't represent us. Yeah, we do like this or we do respect this, but that ain't what we about. But when what we do, everything is together. So that's why we have the problems of us getting big.
That was well said, my brother. That was well said. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was well said, man. The fact that we don't call out that buffoonery in our culture, and then when we do, people view it as hatred or hating it versus looking upon it like trying to fix your community and trying to see us thrive and all that shit. That was well put, brother. That was well put. But go ahead, brother. You can finish up what you was gonna say.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But that just should tribute, first of all, for you allowing me on your platform. And for Brother Willis, he's throwing me alley oops, and I really appreciate that. And also, like I said, you see how you just acknowledged the fact that when you do it as hate. See, but that's why I'm just again when I say things, I'm just using reference points and examples. That's why maybe Joe Rogan is successful because he don't have problems with Vlad. Even though he might not like what Vlad is doing, he ain't gonna never really say nothing. And if he says something, he's gonna say something where Vlad is gonna reevaluate what he's doing. and not look at him like he a hater, he broke, he this, he that, or vice versa. Vlad will make him reevaluate what he's doing. They don't do it the way we do it. When we do it, somebody broke, somebody don't got no money, somebody don't got no cars, somebody don't got jewelry, somebody don't got clothes, somebody ain't a good mother, somebody ain't a good father. We can't keep it on what is on. So if it's a disagreement about basketball players, keep it on basketball. That's it. Don't extend it to other things. If if somebody need education, we got to work on, like, look, my brother, go get you a library card. This the books you need to learn how to read to get your education together. You know what I mean? We don't do that. It's like, oh, and that energy start to rub off on other people that might look like us but don't represent the same thing. And everything with us is a statement with our mouth and not with our actions. So when other cultures look at it, they look at the actions of what we're doing versus what we really say we're gonna do. So if I say I'm gonna conduct myself with self-control and self-respect, somebody see otherwise, how serious can they take me?
Right, right. Before you cut in, let me just say this too, right? I think I might have meant to say this earlier. You know the thing that suck about that, like we know the overall image of the Asian folk is that they hardworking, they're polite people and stuff like that. It really, of course, it is a shame that because I'm looking in the comments and of course what Screech said, that's basically it. The outside community look at us all the same, which is a shame because not everybody is like that. And the people, there's people who have never been like that. There are people who are trying to change their life because they probably sitting there having the same conversation we having. And they, you know what I'm saying? But because it's like the Asian folk overall, yeah, we know what their image are, but underneath it all, it's like, yeah, they, damn well they got their fools, they got they serial killers and all this other stuff. They got all that other stuff going on too. It's just we don't hear about it like we hear about, what I'm saying? Because we actually got music that yells it out to the world. You know what I'm saying? Just like Brother Wright would say, you got rap, you got hip hop, but at the end of the day, they're both, they're image of how our culture like really is. You know what I'm saying? Even though entertainment wise, everybody want a piece of that. Everybody want to, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to imitate what they see our culture doing. It's like our culture. That's the messed up thing about that shit, right? Because everybody want to be entertained by what we're doing. Like as far as the music, um, just that example right there. But when it comes to looking at us from like a serious standpoint, and it's like we ain't shit. As long as it's entertainment, it's like, oh yeah, I rock with these people over here. But when it comes to something like talking on the level of a bill, it's a completely different conversation. It's a shame in a way, but I can understand exactly what you were saying just now, righteousness. All together, you don't hear about all of that stuff that they don't have the same stain on their record as a people like we do. So it's a little bit different. It's easier to vouch for them to say, okay, we can, let's do this bill right here. But it's just a shame because there's other people sitting there having the same conversation who are trying to do things differently. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what's that expression? One apple spoils the bunch or whatever the case is. I think with us, it's like it's always going to be like that. And even though I do really feel that we should have some type of bill or something like that, but the question is, could it really be like that ever? And it's a shame to say, but it might not ever be the case, really. I don't know. But that's all I wanted to say.
Man, this is Extraordinary panel, man. Y'all brothers are fire from all cylinders, man. Like I love panels like this, man. I have a question, and hopefully y'all can hear me. Y'all don't have to answer this question if y'all don't want to answer it, because I know how people are when it comes to politics. So you might know where I'm going with this. How do you guys feel about Kamala and Trump? And if you feel like disclosing who you might be messing with, even the independent party, what do y'all feel about the country and the politics? And what do y'all think about the presidents that we could potentially have?
Real quick before I pass it to brother Right, that's something that shit, man. Because as soon as I heard that that lady was up for the running or whatever, okay, people started saying all this different stuff. They one of the first things they threw out there was like the number of black men she ever had gotten incarcerated, and then somebody who claimed they went and did their research like, nah, that's not the case. That's not really true. Saying that y'all got to look into it a little bit more. But as far as like presidency, it's for me, it's always like, okay, we got two pieces of shit. Which one got most? Which one got the sprinkles though? Which one got the sprinkles on top of the shit? That's what it come down to. So it's like, I guess I was always leading more towards Trump instead of her. But then it's like I started, like hearing some other stuff, looking into some other things. Like what was that they were saying? I don't know how true it is, but I seen something where they was like, he wanted to give like all cops immunity or whatever the case is. I seen something like that, and I'm not sure exactly how true that shit is, but um, this is why I don't get into politics because it's like when it really come down to it, it come down to who you gonna choose, who gonna do the better job, whatever the case. But it's like if we go, I seen who was that? What's that lady name? The comedian Lunel. She was like, "Yo, y'all should be ashamed of yourself for not giving this woman a chance. I guess she's supposed to have like some black in her or whatever, but she don't really claim it or whatever the case. And if that's the case, it's like how can if people are saying this about him, and then you look at her, and if she does have that little bit of black in her, whatever case, and she not claiming it, then how the fuck can we go for somebody who basically saying, nah, I ain't nothing like y'all? So I don't know about that. That's why I don't get into politics too much. Go ahead, brother, right? I don't know.
Well, before I answer that, Malik, I just want to go back briefly to what Brother Rilla said prior to you asking the question about the bill situation. Again, everything he's saying is on point in reference to that. I agree with him that when he's saying we do need one, we do. So who is going to be the torchbearer for that? Who are we going to have enough honor, dignity, and integrity and be loyal to? Because we're not loyal to ourselves. Meaning, when we got a household, we got mother against father, father against mother, sister against brother, brother against sister. You know what I mean? Like kids against kids, cousin against cousin. So the reason why other cultures get bills because when it's time to represent for your community or for your neighborhood or for your town or for whatever it is, these people show up, they show out, and they consistent. It's like we consistent when it's time to come out for the 4th of July and barbecue. We consistent when it's time to gang bang. We consistent when it's time to say FUB, these broke ninjas. We consistent with that. So we got to start reversing that energy and consistently have the energy to keep our head up high and do the right thing. That's when the bills that we looking for will get because the other culture is gonna have to respect the consistency of us being consistent with being prominent and dominant and positive. That's why we lacking when it comes to getting bills and things and all that side. Now, to get into the whole Trump and Kamala thing, I look at it like this: like neither one of them are really fit. However, what they're gonna do is I mean, Biden already knew he was going to fall back. But what they're going to do is they're going to get votes off emotionalism, just like they did with Biden. They're going to make people dislike Trump and ride with Kamala because she allegedly black, or she going to get women votes. So at the end of the day, it don't matter if she knows what she's doing, if she got the right education, if she going to implement the right policies. They're going to get people to go off emotion. And that's why we behind with a lot of things. Because Brother Willis could say, yo, I respect Michael Jordan. I could say I respect LeBron. And now that shouldn't be an issue. He respect Michael, I respect LeBron. Move on. They both great. We don't do that. We don't allow 2 and 3 and 4 people that look like us to be great without a debate or discussion. So when it comes to this politic thing, that's what's gonna hurt us. Because if people go with Trump, they're just gonna be rebelling against Kamala. And if people go with Kamala, they're just gonna be rebelling against Trump when they need to pay attention to the policies that's gonna be put in place. So if you ask me, neither one of them are fit, because who is going to put the policies in place that's going to benefit people? And while they arguing and debating, in between time, in the meantime, the people are being neglected. And that's what everybody need to be upset with or fed up with, so to speak. Not black people, not white people, not Asians, everybody. Because while they arguing, which is Democrat and Republicans, people are being neglected.
That was well said, my brother, on so many levels. And we definitely fully agree on that Trump and Kamami thing, because I don't think neither one of them are qualified to lead this country. None of them. Regardless of who she prosecuted and this and that, we also got to remember Trump is a felon. He's a whole felon. So this is a guy that has so many felonies, you can't even really count. I don't even know how he's just walking around at this point with all the felonies he got. This is a guy that openly says, grab a woman by the pussy, drink some bleach for the corona. This is not somebody that is qualified to lead other human beings. That's just that. Now, I know the MAGNA people, they come across and they hear this, they're going to hate that because, Trump is their white Jesus and all. And he's, their sacred leader. But I look at policies, man. I look at what's going to be done for the betterment of people, minorities in particular, because minorities are the ones that I see are the most hurt in this country, right? In my opinion, just me, right? And if a president or a candidate doesn't really fit any of those things, they instantly become unqualified to me. Kamala's never said she was going to do anything for black folks, so I don't know why black folks are getting happy about Kamala. I really don't understand why we are so happy. Right. She said before she became a VP, she wasn't doing shit for us. She ain't doing nothing for y'all. No. She said no. Like, no. The question was, are you going to do something for black folks? She shook her head and said no. This is why, I'm gonna let all y'all get on, man. I just want to say this. I might go independent this year. I might vote Cornel West, or I might not vote at all. I don't know. I feel like I still want to get his policies down and all that. But all the Trump shit will ruin this country. It will send this country into a full civil war. Now, we think that the shit that we're seeing now is bad. So highlight this shit, because when he's elected, or if he's elected, we're going to listen to this. It's going to be a full-blown civil war, because we know who's backing Trump. And it's kind of like, it's like a war in politics, man. it's like a black and white war in politics. Everybody black, oh, vote for Kamala because she's black. I'm like, bro, she's not doing shit for you. So I mean, and this is not me saying I'm gonna vote Trump, but I think we get so blackmatized sometimes. Because I did it with Obama. I thought Obama was gonna
Mm-hmm.
change the world.
Me
I
too.
was like, we got a black president? What? Everybody like when we first set eyes on Obama, he could be a potential president. I knew he was gonna be president. He was a man, he was a brother. I knew he was gonna be I thought it was the world was gonna change. And then on behold, America gets worse. You know what I mean? So I don't get blackmatized anymore. Kamala already said she's not doing anything for us, so I already was like, I'm good anyway. I'm good anyway. Trump's a full blown racist to me. I don't. That's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. He's a full blown racist. I don't care what anybody's talking about. But the thing is something that me and Brother Righteous do agree on is none of them are qualified to lead this country. And I'm just glad we got to that point. But y'all can pick up. Y'all got anything to add?
I just want to say, it's a shame. It's a shame. But about what you said about the Obama thing, that shit was so real, bro. I forgot who else was what was it? What was that dude? Mitt Romney. That was the dude he was going up against, right? And and that's what the thing is. It's like the only thing we can do is have hope that this person who had a little bit of black in them, or a little bit more black than that, if they should get in there and they're running, that I mean, it's like I say, it's two shit pies. It's all about which one got the most sprinkles on it. So if you got the one person who got a little bit of, of our culture in them, then it's like, well, they got a lot more sprinkles compared to this fool. So if that's why I just don't vote, man. People always be talking about, yo, go ahead and vote and all that. I'm undecided, fool. I think both of them ain't shit. I don't want to vote. Give me a reason. You know what I'm saying? If I vote for this person, no matter which one that's chosen, we still gonna be out the loop. It ain't gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably gonna always be like that. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a shame. It's a shame.
It really is. I just want to take a break to just shout out the beautiful watermelon. Thank you for coming in here. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Blessings to your family and my bro Stingray. Cool podcast, man. Fuck with him, man. He has some dope content over there. Mods, please drop the links to your channel and drop the links to everybody's channel in there, man. Support everybody, man. Get acquainted. Go ahead, brother.
Well, again, before I answer what you asked, again, Malik, I want to appreciate you for allowing me to having a real, intellectual conversation and being in a safe space. Brother Realist, thanks for allowing me to, catch a lot of them nice alley oops you throwing. I really appreciate that, man. And God bless everybody in the chat. Now, in reference to the whole Obama thing, again, I don't really look at things from a lens like everyone else. Like with Obama, see, I understand they do things for psychological and emotional purposes. You know what I mean? And remember, I talked to you about this before, Mela, because like I said, I was real like knee deep in the music business. That's why I fell back. I had to kind of reestablish my footing with my music because I understand like what's really going on. Not saying you brothers don't, but I'm saying I'm seeing things from a different lens. So with Barack, all they was able to do was, like Brother Willis mentioned, and you even reiterated somewhat, they only put him there just to make people believe in the voting system. They didn't put him there because he was going to make any critical moves. They just put him there so people like, man, I ain't voting. You put him there. That what they put Barack there. I could vote. It's like sports. You know, you put certain people that look like you in a prominent position, it gets your attention. That's all it do. It just get your attention and make you pay attention to it. That's all. But I understood that Barack wouldn't do nothing, honestly, because it was nothing for him to do. It's not nothing for Trump to do. It's not nothing for Kamala Harris to do.
Right.
See, when you're already compromised by other people, what can you really do? You gotta do what the other people doing. And that's why this country is behind the way they are, because everybody follow. And when you following nothing, therefore now you could be led astray because there's no leadership, not a leader, no leadership. That means everybody could get on board and become a leader, and we all could lead one another to better day, more education, more dignity, more honor, more self-control, more self-respect. Because if I see Malik displaying self-control and I see the realist displaying self-respect, I'm have to get on board with that. You know what I'm saying? If I see somebody else now having dignity and honor in honoring the next person's home, vehicle, food, car, money, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna say, you know what though? I ain't see my brother trying to take nobody else's food or take nobody else's clothes or breaking somebody else's car. I gotta have more honor and dignity than that. I ain't see my brother Malik not showing self restraint. I ain't see my brother Willis not showing self control. I gotta apply myself because I know those brothers. They gonna call me out for that. They gonna check me for that. And if I don't want the police policing me, police myself. If I don't want to follow by authority, then become a person in position to have authority. First and foremost, over myself. So if someone else give me rules and regulations, I don't have to worry about abiding by it because I abide by the right rules and regulations. I appreciate it, but it don't apply to me.
That was well said, brother. That was well said, man. And like I said before, man, anybody's welcome to come up. Everybody's position on politics, religion is gonna be respected. I don't do the gang up over here, nothing like that. I want to watermelon. Is your cash app still the same? And happy birthday, happy born day. Y'all give watermelon a happy born day, man. Put your cash up out there so people could bless you. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. You know me. I'm just being polite and courteous, my brother.
Oh yeah, my brother. I appreciate that, man. Watermelon, let me know if your cash app is still the same, and put your cash app down. Drop that link so people can bless you. Get some birthday dinner.
Happy birthday to the sister, Watermelon Sugar. Stay blessed. You and your family. May God watch. Have a million more birthdays and enjoy your weekend and enjoy your born day.
Man, that's nice, man. We see all this love over here, man. People over here, man, showing love. And make sure y'all drop your links, man. Brother Righteous, drop your link, man. Realist, drop your link. Drop links for people that don't have the wrench. And I'm probably gonna close this up, man, because I don't want to go too long, and I want to leave it kind of just like that, so we can, like a savory moment, because you don't want to talk about so much, and I find the attention spans of people, it just it's too long. I want people to actually watch this and soak this up, man, and I want people to definitely check these brothers out, man. Before we get ready to close this up, if anybody want to come up, let me know before I close it up. If anybody got something they want to add, just let me know before I close it up. This was a wonderful show, man. Like this was so beautiful, man. It was so beautiful. Everybody came through and showed love, man. Shout out to everybody, man. And I wish everybody a great blessing, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. So let's sum up everything that we talked about. What what would y'all say to people out there that's listening to this? What's the advice you would get them to make the world a better place and make this shit spin so where we all can get along with each other? You know, even as all humans, if you want to look at it from that logical place, what can make us make life go smoother for everyone, even ourselves?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of simple, at least from my perspective. I mean, even though it's simple to me, that don't mean it's simple to anybody else who might be listening and probably figure, oh man, I don't know what y'all talking about. But I say it all the time. I say, move accordingly. When you before you open your mouth to the next person, before you think about your actions towards the next person, just give it second thought. Like how you want to be treated, how you would like to be treated. You want respect, courtesy, love. It's all about peace. Like, we only here for a short time. You know what I'm saying? Every day we wake up, there's less of us every day we wake up. I don't think people really sit and think about that, but you really are given a certain amount of time on this in this world. So I would like to spend the time I do have, giving that love, respect, peace, and all of that. I want to enjoy all of this. I try to make the most of every moment, and yeah, I mean, just live, accordingly and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just think about how you treat people. That stuff comes back to you. Some might not really believe it, but the energy we put out into the world, that shit come back, 10 times fold. You ain't gonna see it coming. It could be 10 years from now. It might not matter, but I really feel like it's that simple. But it's a shame people don't really think about it from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? But just think about it from that. It's real simple. How do you want to be treated? How do you want to be perceived? You know what I'm saying? And if they just sit down and think about it, then maybe it'll be that simple for them to change, their ways. Not that I'm a saint or anything, but yeah. Go ahead, Rogers.
Well, again, before you close out, thanks for having me on. Realist, I'm glad I was able to hear you speak and we was able to build. Thanks to Malik. And for
For
you,
sure.
Malik, before I answer what you asked, thanks for having me on the panel. I'm glad to see you back up and running and functioning the way you need to be, the way you should be. Anytime you go live, you drop the link, I will be on it, and I'll be excited to come build with you. Same thing with you, my brother Relish, or anybody else.
Appreciate
In
you.
regards to what you were saying about what we build upon, I mean, for me, this is what I do every day, so I don't mind building. However, something Relish just said, you have to allow people to be who they are so you can understand who they are, where they coming from, where they at, and possibly where they looking to go. I don't limit people on anything. And the reason why I don't have an issue with anybody, because I have an issue with me first and foremost. Because like
Mm-hmm.
Willis just said, I could control what I say, I could control what I do, I could control how I dress, I could control where I go, I could control what I eat. So with that being said, I have to pay attention to me. And something else he said that's so key. Life is at a minimum. Like he said, if we all blessed to get up, I'm so thankful for that. But it may be somebody, whether we indirectly or directly in contact with them, they may not make it. So on that note, you need to be a lot more gracious and humble and thankful for the fact that you actually made it. So that's why I appreciate being on this panel. And again, I want to thank you, Malik. I want to thank you, Willis. I really appreciate this, man. You know what I mean? We
Before,
could do a lot more of this, but like Rilla said, people have to respect other people's situation.
Mhm.
that's 100 right there, brother. And don't forget, man, to tell everybody where you guys, do your streams and do your videos. Let people know what your channels are about, and let them know what kind of music you got, what kind of books you got going out. You know, realist, you can start, I guess. Doesn't matter what
Yeah,
order. Mm.
yeah. I'm gonna just post my I got my original channel. I'm be always on and shit, and then I got my backup. I'm gonna just post them down there, but I just be over there. Most of the time, I'm on there late nights or whatever. I'm open to anything. I'm open to talk about anything. You know what I'm saying? As long as the vibe is genuine, long as the respect is there and everything, it's whatever with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I just stay in my own lane pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I don't really interact with too many people on the app, for my own reasons and shit. Reasons which don't, you probably know some of them, but
Yeah, yeah.
a panel like this, I'm always down for. I couldn't really interact the way I wanted to and get as in depth as I wanted to because I was multitasking the whole time. So I was in and out, answering what I could. My mind was kind of like somewhere else. So hopefully next time I'll be a little bit more in depth than I was tonight. But
Nah, this was fire, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off. This was fire, man. Like this was one of the best conversations I had in a long time.
yeah, it
Real
was.
long time, man. Hmm.
Yeah, it was dope, definitely. But I was just like, there were certain things that came to my mind after the fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'll just save it for another day. But I always appreciate you, Dom. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't get on too much. That's why anytime I see you on, I try to pop up, try to catch you, because it's only like I say all the time. It seems like it's only a few genuine ones on here that ain't about the negativity. If it's a positive vibe, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never had to question nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? We always had an understanding. It was always that respect. So you always been my.
Oh, you cut out, brother. You still there?
All right, I'm here. Hopefully, I just pressed that and I wasn't sitting there for no seconds doing that shit. But
Oh.
you heard the part when I said, "Yo, you my dog" and all that stuff. I was like, "You one of the only ones I deal with and all of that stuff." You heard all that, right?
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Like we known each other for years, man. So
Sure.
it's just fun, man. Like I just want to get more people up here, man. I love different perspectives, and I think we have to find a way as melanated folks and melanated humans, like my brother Righteous say, to listen to people, man. Like I so much judgment in our community. Like we can't have our own ideas. We can't think how we want to think. It's like, come on, man. So I thank all y'all really for making the platform what it is, man. Because y'all make the shit. Everybody that showed up tonight came in and out. This was one of the most positive shows I've had in a long time, man. This shit was really cool. I like that. But brother Righteous, go ahead and do your thing, man.
All right, so again, man, first of all, salute to you, Malik. I'm glad to see you back up and running. I know you was having a little difficulties with your platform. I'm glad you back up. I want to say this to brother Realist real quick. I am subscribed. I never caught you live. I know you be doing a lot of stuff about like battle rap, the channel that I do have. So I really don't be having too much to say in reference to that. However, if I catch you live, I'm willing to build with you. I never caught you live, but I am
Yeah.
subscribed to your platform. My notification is on. Um, you say you have another channel. I would subscribe to that as well.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna put it down in the I'm gonna put it down in the chat. I don't really be on. Actually, it's been a while since I talked about battle rap. I don't talk about battle rap like anymore. Ever since the
right.
demonetization, but at some point I probably go back to it. But as of right now, I just I talk about pretty much anything. Ain't really nothing off limits with me. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you, being subbed and all that for sure.
Right. I'm just letting you know I am subscribed. And I know the premise of it. Like when I did it way back when Malik had let me know about you, I just subscribed. I'm like you, I'm not gonna question nothing. Malik always send the right energy. So I
Right.
just gave you a subscription off the fact of that. But I did go review some of your videos about certain little topics that was in battle rap at a certain point. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So just want to let you
Appreciate
know that I was paying attention. And like I said, Malik, I appreciate you. I'm glad to see you back up and running. I hope you'll have no more difficulties moving forward with your channel. And if you do, it just goes to show you that you're doing the right thing. And you may think your platform ain't under the watch eye, but it is, because if they could flag your channel or penalize you or whatever they're doing, you
you.
gotta be
Mm-hmm.
doing something, and somebody's paying attention to your channel. Now, in reference to my channel that I'm on now, Malik, I've been really chilling because I done got back into the music, and I'm, getting that back up and going. I just be putting a lot of little quotes on my community board right now, but I'm gonna get back into dropping videos and making videos on this platform. I've been so focused on getting my music back right because I'm doing everything myself now. So once I get everything back together, I'll be back posting my videos and going live and all that. But
Make
I've been really
sure
focused
you
on my music though, Malik.
yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. Make sure that you drop your music channel, man, so everybody can sub up.
Yeah, I think I put it. I think I put it. Yeah, I just clicked on the link. It's there. So if anybody want to show love, I appreciate it. I'm just real quick, Malik. I just want to say this. I'm trying to really get back to that whole hip hop phase where you gotta respect, like Rilla said, you gotta respect the next man, respect the next woman, and you gotta be mindful of these kids. That's one of the reasons, outside of the people I was rubbing shoulders with, that's one of the reasons why I stopped making the music, because I started to see the impact I was having on younger generation, and I ain't even wanted to go that way. And the other thing was something Realist said. It's just from a cultural business perspective. It's like real quick, Malik and Realist. I just want to say this to you brothers. When I started to get deeper and deeper into the music business, what I learned was it's all right for me to antagonize and disrespect and bomb and belittle my own people, and other people, including myself, but mainly other people, could benefit from that. But when I wanted to turn the music around and talk about the things that's going on that my people need to stop doing and focus on taking care of our kids and being there for our families, people didn't really want to support me and put a budget behind that. And I wasn't mad at it. It just made me rethink my process. That's all. And that's going back to what you said earlier, Willis. The old me, I would have been niggerish and got upset with those people. But the new me, becoming a man with dignity, integrity, and honor, I say, you know what? I'm gonna do everything myself. I'm gonna do everything over, and now I'm gonna make them understand that they're not gonna be able to shut me off just because they don't want to give up no money.
That
Mm-hmm.
was well said, brother. That was well said. Y'all, please sub up to this brother, man. This is somebody that you can listen to when you at work and you chilling. And realist, like I said, the brother got the battle rap. I don't know too much about it. I'm not gonna say I like it or dislike it. I just don't know too much about it. That's why I'll never comment on it. But I watch a few of the battle rap videos that he does just to stay up, updated on the culture, know what's going on in the culture. You know what I mean from a culture standpoint. These, like I said, man, these are some good brothers on this panel. And I know people that are listening to this, the people that hate me or want to hate watch, I get it. My channel might not be for you. That's cool. But these brothers that are up here, man, the channel is universal. As you can see, it's for everybody. You know what I mean? And I got my ways on my channel, and it is what it is. But one thing I've never done on here was be fake, man. And my shit is transparent. My videos are transparent, so you can understand me by watching my videos. You know what I mean? And if you don't like them, that's cool. You know what I mean? But just respect my viewpoint and I respect your viewpoint. It's for everybody. This is in general. But like I said, with that being said, man, I enjoyed the hell out of this show, man. This was like I said, man, this was a very, very good show, man. Very, very, these brothers are very intellectual, man. Very intellectual. And I look forward, man, to the next show, man. And I hope all y'all can show up, man, and we can get some more people up here, man. I love the energy today. I love the vibe. This was cool, man. Wasn't no shouting, no problems. This is how black men of excellence conduct themselves. You know what I mean? And with
Right.
that being said, man, y'all got anything else? Anything else for I close out?
I'm gonna just say real quick. Always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying, brother. Right. You know, I don't think I get notifications. So I think you might say you probably slowed up on doing as much content, or whatever. But I'm definitely subscribed to you. You know what I'm saying? I seen when he was live a couple of
Cut out? Is that me? Realist, you
I
there?
don't know. I don't know if we lost them or not.
Hmm.
Well, if we did, Malik, I know you got things to do, brother realist, no problem. I appreciate you. If you catch this little bit of playback, you go live. I would love to
times
join your
popping.
panel. Oh, I
Oh,
think
there
he
you
came
go.
back.
Well,
Yo,
go ahead. Well, you cut out, brother. What happened?
no, I'm still. Can y'all hear me now, though?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Oh, you can hear me. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
still here. I could hear everything I was saying and stuff. But
Oh,
yeah, shout out to y'all, shout out to the panel and everything, shout out to the chat and all of that. Most likely anytime anybody can catch me is late nights or whatever. I'll be doing the vamp hours over there. And I don't be talking battle rap like these days. I just be talking just general topics, you know what I'm saying? But as long as the vibe is genuine, as long as the energy is good, I'm always, up you know, for whatever, man. But that's basically about it. Appreciate you, Don.
hey, man, I appreciate you. Go ahead, righteous man, do your thing, man.
All right, so realist man, I would love to catch you on a live come to your platform. I would love to build. I know my position. I'm gonna be extremely respectful, extremely polite. You know what I
For sure.
mean? Not only because it's your platform, it's because I want the energy to be reciprocated when people deal with you. In
Right.
particular, I want the same energy to be reciprocated to Dome when people deal with him. So if I could display that, then hopefully the energy will rub off. And like I said, Malik, in regards to you, my brother, I'm glad to see your platform is back up and running. If you don't mind, Malik, if you could kind of like send me a invite ahead of time, and you're gonna go live, man, I definitely jump on it. And you gotta remember, I don't know where on real is at, but remember, I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so I'm like 3 hours, behind you or ahead of you, so to speak.
Okay, yeah, I think realist is too. He New York, I think, East
Yeah.
Coast, I think.
Yeah,
So
I'm
yeah,
in upstate New York. Yeah.
Okay, so
I
yeah,
think
so
I
me and
got
Willis.
your. Oh my bad. I think I got your number still, brother.
All
It's still
right.
the same, right? It didn't change.
Yeah, I had sent you a link to one of my music videos. I ain't know if you got it or not.
Nah, I ain't got shit from you in a minute, man. I'll text
So
you. I'll text you in a little bit, see if you get it, man.
my number not the same. If you got my email, email me your
Oh,
number.
okay.
Email me your number, and we
Uh,
could build.
shit. I think I
Yeah,
got your email. Hold on.
I had lost my phone, so you know how that go, man. Like I lost my phone,
No,
but
no, no. You
I
good,
ain't gonna
brother?
hold
You
you up
good?
no more. But you can email
No,
me
you
your
good?
number, and we could build. Realist, I
I,
appreciate you, man. Thanks for everything, brother.
That's a
Malik, I
boomerang. You
appreciate
already.
you.
I think I got your email, brother. I'll look it up. I'll send your email, and yeah, man, we'll go from there, man. And like I said, this is one of the dopest panels. I love getting on the panel, man, with the fellas, man. This is cool, man. I hope
Yeah,
everybody
Malik,
enjoyed it.
Malik, real quick. I've
Uh,
dropped the link for my music channel, so when you get opportunity, I want you to go check out a few joints.
I'm gonna share it out on the wall, man. As soon as I'm gonna go back on the replay and get it, cause it's just hard to do it on the phone like this while I'm on it.
Yeah,
So I
nah,
gotta
I'm on the
go on the
phone too.
replay. Yeah, so when I get on the replay, I'm gonna mod everybody up that came in and all that. If you don't have a stick, and when we closing this out, everybody drop your links again and get acquainted with everybody. All right,
All right, Malik. All right, Realist. I
all right,
appreciate you, brothers, man. So long, brothers.
Yeah, I
man.
mean,
Shalom, man. Y'all be easy, man. Much love, man. This was a dope ass panel. I hope y'all enjoyed this shit, man. This is black man talking, man. All right, I'll be good, man.
That's right. Album number 10. Short dogs in the house. It's getting close to the end, y'all. But we're gonna kick it like this on the last album. Now let me holler at your partner, spit this game in your ear for a minute. Quit complaining about how you can't spin it, cause you ain't got it. You got what it takes, but not enough to get started. I hope you get the message. No, it's not a test, it's just me riding legit. They can't arrest me or bust me. I'm still hungry, I want some more stuff. Get fat and watch my whole crew blow up. So get yours and buy my new album. Peep the game and don't be like Calvin. Get everything you want, get real. Get your mail, get your girl to make bail, and get your ass out of jail. You should be getting it. Everything you want, everything you dreamed of. Never have to front. You should be getting it. Getting money. I'm talking about you black, don't laugh, it ain't funny. You should get a good lawyer, like Johnny Cochran. Swear to tell the truth. Hell no, I didn't pop and get your kids in school so they can get an education, get a degree, and take a vacation. You see, I got all my game from the streets of California. Young millionaire with no high school diploma. Living real good, taking care of my folks. Roll up a fat one for the players to smoke. Short dog in the house. I know you ain't tripping, cause life is too short. You gotta get in where you fit and stop looking for what you never seem to find. It ain't what you think, you gotta read between the lines. Cause life ain't long for a young black man trying to make money, doing all he can, selling dope. Don't you hope he would go to class? But the boy makes money and he makes it fast, with the 20s on top and the 50s on bottom. A flock of top notches, oh yes we got them. It's been a long time since I first got down, but I still keep making these funky sounds. Get your money, man. Get yours.
Should be getting it. Get it while the getting is good. Get it while you can. You should be getting it. Get it while the getting is good. You should be getting it. Get it while the getting is good. Get it while you can. You should be getting it. Get it while the getting is good. You should be getting it. Get it while the getting is good. Get it while you can. You should be getting it. Get it while the getting is good. You should be getting it. Get it while the getting is good. Get it while you can. You should be getting it. Get it while the getting is good.
Get your money, man. Get yours. You should be getting it. I know you're tired of being broke, just hanging out. You got a lot of dreams, but you can't get out. The first thing you need to do is set yourself some goals. Think positive, everything else is old. And work hard, never stop hustling, cause they just love to see the black man struggling.
So what are you saying, Todd?
It's time to come up, put your dollar bills in the air. He said meet me at the White House, and I was there, cause I'm one in a million. Black men rising, they wanna keep me down, but I always surprise and spend my money in the hood. I know it's all good and you should do the same. I told you peep the game from Too Short. You know I'm the man, I lend my brother a hand, cause I know I can. I keep going and going, but I'm not the pink bunny. Instead of beating on the drum, I never stop thinking money. I'm getting all I can, if you don't just slip. I can't wait to get to heaven just to have a grip. When I was broke, I couldn't afford a meal, but now I'm rich, I can't be fake. I got to keep it real, it's been a long time, baby, since I first got down. But I still keep making these funky sounds.
Get it while the getting is good. Get it while you can, you should be.